You walk into an electronics store and a salesman is telling you that 8K is 4 times sharper than 4K. It's the future. You absolutely need it. But here's what they're not telling you. It's all a lie. The truth is that the entire 8K push was never created because consumers needed it. They needed a new reason to convince you that your perfectly good TV suddenly isn't good enough anymore. Before we dive in, which TV are you using right now, and what problems are you actually facing with it? Drop a comment below, hit subscribe, and let's break down exactly how TV companies are manipulating you. The science your eyes can't see. Samsung and LG love throwing around that claim. 8K is 4 times sharper. Technically true, completely useless. And here's why. Human eyesight has limits. There's a physical cap on the amount of detail your eyes can resolve, and scientists call this visual acuity. It's the same reason why billboards look sharp even though the pixels are massive. You're too far away for it to matter. When experts ran double-blind tests with people who have perfect vision, the results were shocking for manufacturers. Test subjects couldn't tell 8K from 4K most of the time unless they were standing uncomfortably close to the screen. And when we say close, we mean close enough that you'd basically be leaning forward like you're reading fine print on a newspaper. Distance matters. If you're watching a 65-inch TV from your couch, probably 8 to 10 feet away, the pixels are simply too small for your eyes to detect any difference between 4K and 8K. Your vision hits a wall, not the TV. Where does 8K actually matter? On a 70-inch screen or bigger, and you'd have to sit 3 feet away. Think about that. 3 feet. That's basically touching your TV. Nobody watches TV like that unless they're trying to permanently damage their eyesight. TV showrooms know this. They're built like traps. That's why they use small viewing distances, dim the lights, and play specially made demo content that has nothing to do with real-life movies or sports. It looks incredible in the store because it's engineered to look incredible in the store. Your actual Netflix shows don't look like that. Your favorite movies don't look like that. The demo is designed to sell, not to tell the truth. That wears all the 8K content. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. You bought an 8K TV. Amazing. Now where do you watch 8K content? The answer is nowhere. Netflix doesn't stream in 8K. Disney Plus doesn't. Amazon Prime doesn't. YouTube has a handful of native 8K videos, but they're mostly camera tests and nature clips that make 8K look impressive but have zero impact on your daily viewing. Cable doesn't broadcast in 8K. Blu-ray discs max out at 4K. Professional cameras can shoot 8K footage, but almost no studios deliver movies in it because the file sizes are massive. The bandwidth requirements are huge, and most people don't have the internet to handle it. Even your PS5 and Xbox Series X? 4K maximum. The consoles aren't built for 8K gaming, and game developers aren't interested in making their workload 4 times heavier for no visible benefit. So what do TV companies do? They rely on AI upscaling. They take lower resolution content and use software to guess what those extra pixels should be. They call it breakthrough technology. It's actually just a guessing engine. When you upscale 1080p to 8K using AI, it looks almost identical to native 4K. You're not gaining anything real. In fact, sometimes you're gaining the wrong things: artifacts, smoothed out textures, and details that weren't actually there. Companies promised 8K streaming was coming. Rakuten announced an 8K service 5 years ago. It disappeared. Some broadcasters promised 8K sports coverage. That fizzled out. A few experimental test broadcasts made headlines, but vanished quietly. We're in 2026, and native 8K content is still basically non-existent. TV brands have been repeating this promise for years like a broken record, and nothing has changed. The marketing tricks exposed. Let me show you exactly how they pull this off. Step 1. Dim the lighting. When the room is dark, your pupils open wider. That makes colors and contrast look richer. It's the same reason restaurants dim their lights. Everything looks more appealing. But when you bring that TV home and sunlight hits your living room, suddenly that magical picture doesn't look so magical. Step 2. Fake content. They're not showing you Netflix or your cable box. They're showing specially mastered demo footage that was created in a studio with perfect lighting, perfect camera gear, and perfect color grading. It's content designed to blow your mind because your real content never could. It's not a preview of what you'll actually see. It's bait. Step 3. Buzzwords. This is the fun part. Samsung talks about AI neural networks and 512-point analysis. LG uses their own fancy names. They make it sound like sci-fi technology. But at its core, it's just software upscaling pixels and trying to fill in the blanks. There's nothing revolutionary happening. It's marketing language dressed up to sound groundbreaking. Here's what matters. When independent reviewers test 8K TVs against premium 4K models, side by side, controlled environment, same content, the results are underwhelming. Some 8K panels have weaker contrast because of how densely packed the pixels are. Some fail industry standards for brightness uniformity. But you'll never hear that in a commercial. It doesn't sell TVs. Why 8K failed completely? Remember when 8K was supposed to be everywhere by now? TV companies were calling it the next revolution. They made bold predictions. They said that every flagship TV would be 8K within a couple of years. But that's not what happened. Today, 8K TVs hold less than 1% of the global TV market. Less than 1%. Samsung's QN900F and LG Z2, their flagship 8K models, keep getting quietly discontinued, rebranded, or pushed into tiny markets because they're not selling. People tried them, realized the premium price wasn't worth it, and moved on. You're paying at least $2,000 extra for something your eyes can't see, with no content to watch, on a technology that will become obsolete before it even becomes useful. It's one of the biggest product failures the TV industry has seen in years. Buy 4K OLED instead. So what should you actually buy? A premium 4K OLED TV. This is real technology. OLED isn't a marketing trick. It genuinely changes your viewing experience. Every pixel lights itself. There's no backlight. That means when the screen needs to show black, the pixel turns completely off. That gives you infinite contrast. That's what makes night scenes look cinematic instead of washed out. LG's newer OLED panels fix the brightness issue. They get brighter than older OLEDs. They've practically solved burn-in for normal use, and they come with everything you need for next-gen gaming. HDMI 2.1, 120Hz. Variable refresh rate. All built into a $2,500 4K OLED will give you better real-world performance than a $4,500 8K TV. That's not an opinion. That's what professional reviewers and calibration experts have been saying for years. OLED gives you visible improvements. You will see the difference. You will feel the difference. And you'll have actual content to watch in its native resolution. The real numbers. Let's look at the data. The 8K market grew from around $1.15 billion in 2024 to maybe $1.8 billion by 2026. Sounds impressive until you zoom out. The entire TV market is over $100 billion. So 8K is a tiny sliver, almost irrelevant. By late 2025, around 72 million households had 8K TVs, out of over 1 billion TV households globally. That's 7%. And here's the kicker. Most of those people still watch everything in 4K or 1080p because the content isn't there. For 8K to become mainstream, prices need to drop to the $1,200 to $1,500 range. But manufacturers can't make 8K panels that cheap because the production cost is too high and the demand is too low. It's a loop that keeps feeding itself. Low demand keeps prices high. High prices keep demand low. What you should actually do? Here's my advice. Ignore 8K completely. It's noise. It's a distraction. It's the shiny object the industry throws at you when they have nothing meaningful left to offer. When you're shopping for a TV, focus on the stuff that actually affects your day-to-day watching. How bright does the TV get in your living room? Does it handle motion well? Does it have OLED or at least really good full-array local dimming? Does it support the gaming features you need? Is the smart interface smooth or does it lag every time you open an app? Now, if you're buying something 75 inches or larger and you sit extremely close, like under 5 feet, then maybe 8K becomes useful. But for 99% of people, spending extra on 8K is basically setting money on fire. TV companies want you to feel outdated. They want you to feel like your current 4K TV is behind the times so they can sell you something new. But the truth is, 4K isn't going anywhere. There is more 4K content than ever, and almost nobody is delivering native 8K. Don't fall for the illusion. Buy a great 4K TV. Save your money. And when 8K eventually becomes relevant, if it ever does, the prices will be lower, the content will be real, and the technology will actually matter. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, drop a like. Subscribe for more breakdowns on tech companies trying to sell you stuff you don't need. And tell me in the comments what TV you're actually using. Are you happy with it? What would you change? I read every comment. Let's go.